quick and intuitive to get around here, to just edit stuff. And you know, with the fill you can just put in a bunch of different sequences really fast. So yeah, you have arrows to move left and right in your sequence, and if you do a change on the upper sequence, get out of fill here, like this, you can click on this button and it'll copy it to the bottom one, and same the other way around. If I change something here, click the button on the very right and then it copies it to the top sequence. And with the with the three dots over here, you can just copy sequence, paste sequence if you wanted to do that. So yeah, with a right click in it, by the way, you can do what I just did. You can just basically, you know, draw in kind of a fade, basically. That's a pretty cool feature too. Yeah. That's pretty much it for this section here. And at the very bottom you have global controls. So you punch in your rhythm. So you got it on 4/4, it's the default. You can change like the speed in half time or double time. I'll click on those. Let's do this actually. And you can tell it how much you want it to swing and how much human you want it to sound. So these are global and these will affect all instruments. And that was pretty much it already, guys. With a click on this funny looking wave or mountain or whatever shape that is, you get basically the same controls as before. So you have the envelope again. Now you can have a filter here that you can set for each instrument individually, and there are 5 different filter types. And you can do some modulation with a phaser, chorus, or a flanger, which each run at slow or fast. So fairly simple, pretty quick to do and to adjust. And yeah, like I said, that was pretty much it. We'll take a look at the mix section. And yeah, so here are your instrument slots basically. They're all the same. Here is the mic button that you saw. With the single one, it's next to the envelope option, right? But here we have it in the mix section next to the volume slider. Yeah, so a pan button or knob up here. And now you have reverb and the delay button. So let's get down to that. As you can see, you have insert FX and send FX. So insert effects, these are on each channel strip here and will also affect each channel strip directly. So with an equalizer, I guess you guys know what an equalizer does. You can choose a frequency here if you want to boost it or cut it, and the bandwidth, and that is, you know, for 2 bands you can do that. And then, you know, of course there's a compressor. Set the thresholds, the ratio, and set the gain. So it's kept fairly simple. I don't know, I've never really made use of those in here. I kind of like to do it with my channel strip in the workstation, because I can, you know, put in another EQ and have it really detailed and everything. And by the way, you see these little arrows with the default down here. Now you can actually send out each of those instruments to a separate slot in your workstation. I just haven't set anything up, that's why it's not really giving me any options, but you could do that if you, cause like if I did it this way, right, these, like, I would basically change the whole sound of all 5 instruments together. But if I only wanted to change maybe the sound of the xylophone, and I'm not really, I can't really get along with these things here and get where I wanted to get what I wanted to sound like, then I could send it out to a separate channel in my workstation and just, do some stuff there and then bring it back in. So yeah, anyways, that is the insert effects section, and we have the send effects. So again, the replica, delay, and the IRC reverb, or the reverb in general, with the same options to choose from, and same with the delay. So we went over that, and so I'm not gonna run you through this again, since you can just skip back in the video and take a look if you forgot what these things do, or if you're not sure. So yeah, anyways, these send effects are basically as if you had, your instrument in this channel strip here at 17, and maybe at 18 you have a delay, and at 19 you have reverb, and then you just send the signal to it, so it's not directly on your signal. And that has that gives you the option to be more careful on how much you send there and the level of the effect. So that is what you do with the reverb and the delay knobs. You choose how much you hear of the delay and reverb by adjusting those knobs. So we will just pick out 2 or 3 samples here. Let's do ARP triplets 16th02 flux. Okay, that sounds pretty crazy. Let's check it out. And by the way, guys, you can also solo or mute instruments by clicking the buttons in front of the instrument names here. When they're red, they're all active, and now the vibraphone would be inactive, would be muted. So actually, let's just check out the Glockenspiel here, and I'll show you here. So relay, the delay and the reverb are hooked up, they're set. So let's have the dry sound basically. Is there any? Well, the compressor, that's okay. And now I'll add some reverb. Delay. And the mic button, you guys already know that one. So yeah, pretty cool stuff here. Let's do basic sequence 8th. Yeah, so you see what the what your rate does here, right? And by the way, with those arrows, you can not only move in your sequence, but you also choose the starting point, which is, you know, the first step is always on the very left. So if I want it to be like that, or I can have it start a few steps earlier. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. We'll check out one other sequence, and then I'll let you guys off the hook, and hopefully you have a chance to try out this really great sounding instrument actually yourself. I really do hope so. And I think, you know, you can do some cool stuff with it in a lot of genres and a lot of productions, or, you know, if you're really creative, you could do some fancy sound design maybe, and have some cool effects or something. So whatever you feel like I said, I can only recommend checking it out. And yeah, let's listen to the ARP 6/8 eighth here. Let's see what that is. No, you just heard the delay fade out, so that was a pretty wicked delay actually. It's still the modern bright though, so kinda expected something else here. But yeah, that works pretty good actually. It works really well. So gives it a cool touch. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough through Mallet Flux, the Kontakt instrument, and hope to see you guys soon. I'll be doing some more walkthrough stuff. I've got a whole bunch of instruments waiting here for me to look at, and I hope we all see you guys around. Until next time, have fun doing some music stuff.